was a child, my father was a very young novelist. It meant we were poor and we had to move a lot, and we didn't have much furniture, but we had a lot of books. It was kind of a private library, and it is like being protected by books and surrounded by books. And for me, books were like a creature, expanding, because the number of the books were increasing, week by week, month by month. So it was like living with them. And I attended 5 primary schools, which could be quite much for a child. But I don't remember I felt hurt. Maybe because I was protected by all the books. And I spent all month reading books in the afternoon until I made friends. So it is a very precious memory. And I remember one day I was reading a book and I couldn't see the lines. I couldn't see anything, and what happened, and I realized it has become dark. So I had to turn on the light and I just kept reading on. So I discovered books just as pure joy. And afterwards I became a teenager, and I was confronted by very typical teenagers' questions like, who am I? What I can do in this world, and why everyone has to die, why human pains exist, or what are human beings and what is the meaning of being human. And then I wanted to search these questions, and I kind of revisited all the books in a new way, and I felt I was accompanying the writer's questioning. And at a certain point, I wanted to become a writer. I remember the day when I decided to myself to become a writer. It was when I was 14. I just wanted to write my questions, and at the age, writers are kind of collective. And they were surrounding me together, searching and questioning, and sometimes they felt helpless, clueless. And I just wanted to be with them because I was helpless and clueless. At the time I just started to write some lines. Maybe they were similar to some poem, I'm not sure. I just wrote some sentences or phrases, even sometimes just words. And I started to write journal. Until now I write journal, not every day, but sometimes. So that was all. I didn't start to write fiction at the time. I started to write fiction since when I was 19, and it started with a very short story, and then I moved to a little longer story, and I published some short stories at literary magazines, and I worked as an editor and a journalist for 3 years after I graduated from university. And I really wanted to write my first novel, so I quit. And it took 3 years to finish my first novel. And from then, yes, I have written novels, short stories, and poems as well. It's not like I decide to write poems, they just come. And even when I write fiction, poems just come into the fiction. It's like an invasion or intrusion. Yeah, language is something I have to struggle with, maybe till the end.